We encourage you to see the other videos on the channel on white noise and harmonics before watching this video, as you may find it difficult to understand how compensation effects occur or how we are showcasing the phasor effect otherwise.
The first engine which has used a change in the phase, called Univibe, is born in Japan in 1968 and was elaborated by Fumio Mieda for guitarists. It was the most famous guitarist Jimi Hendrix who first used that system. That is why it has become quickly popular in the musical domain. 3 years later, the company Eventide begins to sell devices that use the phase change system, but this time separating phasor effect from flanger effect. It is a difference that we will study after. 1 year later, companies begin to elaborate devices which use a double phasor effect for more quality. Phasor effect is then used also for musical keyboards and drums. Nowadays, phasor effect devices are above all digital.
A phasor is an electronic sound processor used to filter a signal by creating a series of peaks and troughs in the frequency spectrum. The positions of the peaks and troughs of the waveform being affected is typically modulated by an internal low-frequency oscillator so that they vary over time, creating a sweeping effect. Usually, a phasor is produced by separating the electric signal representing the sound and processing it through two different paths, one of which will alter the phase of a specific range of frequencies through the use of a null-pass filter. When reunited, the frequencies which are in opposition of phase will cancel each other, destroying that particular range of frequency in the sound output. The output signal can be fed through the phasor again in order to make the modulations effectuated more danceable. This is called a resonance circuit, somewhat similar to feedback you could get by bringing a mic and an amp together. Alternatively, a flanger is produced by running the separated wave through delay lines in order to destroy frequencies at regular interval through all the spectrum. The two are often taken for each other, as the difference to the human ear is quite subtle. Flangers tend to sound more pronounced and natural, like the jet plane whoosh effect, whereas phasors tend to sound more subtle and otherworldly. Phasors are used to create mechanical tones and sounds, destruction of a part of the frequency range, and have been used to discreate synthetic voices in works of fictions such as Star Wars C-3PO.
Phasor and flanger may seem to be quite difficult to understand with those definitions. That is why we are going to show you an example of a modified sound by a phasor. Now let's study the same sound modified by a flanger.